Hey there, I thought it would be fun to do some story time. I love reading out loud, reading kids' stories, so I thought I would do a few story times. I don't know if I'll get to do it every day, but I'm going to whip out my Curious George books, one of my favorites. Thought I'd read them out loud where kids could watch the video. So today I'm going to read Curious George Makes Pancakes. Okay, this is George. George was a good little monkey and always very curious. One morning, the man with the yellow hat woke George early. "Time to get up, George," he said. "The pancake breakfast is today." Comes in those yellow jammies of his. George loved the pancake breakfast. It was a fundraiser held every year to make money for special programs at the Children's Hospital. Besides eating pancakes, there were all kinds of games to play. Even the mayor came to play and eat. But first, he gave a wonderful welcome speech. Right there's where the pancake breakfast is. There's George coming up to the pancake breakfast. Well, okay, here's the mayor. "Thank you all for coming," the mayor said. "We appreciate your generous support." He thanked all the volunteers who were helping that day, and finally he said, "Please enjoy yourselves." And the pancakes. Here's the pancakes. When the mayor finished, the man with the yellow hat said, "George, I'm going to go buy our tickets. Please wait here and don't be too curious." George waited like a good little monkey, but something smelled so good. So, could it be the pancakes? George was curious. There he is, thinking, on his way. He followed the delicious smell, and guess what he found? A whole griddle full of pancakes. George watched as a man poured little batter circles and flipped them up in the air. Look how good he can flip those up in the air. It looked like fun to make pancakes. George wanted to help, so on a table near the griddle was a basket full of some blueberries. These pancakes need blueberries, George thought, and so he sprinkled blueberries on the top. Meanwhile, the man at the griddle was so busy he didn't notice the little monkey that was helping him, but the line grew and grew. Look how long that line is for pancakes. Look at these smiley faces on the blueberry pancakes. Here George is up here helping out. George's pancakes were a hit. Soon everyone wanted them, and the man could not keep up. "Please wait," he said to someone holding an empty plate. "I need to find an assistant to help me." And just like that, the guy was gone. George looked at the people waiting in line and then at the empty griddle. Why, he could make pancakes. He could be his assistant. Yes, it's starting to rain. So George, look at him. George poured the batter into nice round circles, and then next he added blueberries. He waited just a minute to let the pancakes cook. Then he flipped them over, and at last he added syrup. The line for pancakes was enormous, but with 4 hands, George made quite a chef. And no one's plate was empty for long. Look at him, 4 spatulas, pouring. He is flipping them all around. They're flying in the air. "I've been coming to this breakfast for years," a man said, "but I've never seen pancakes made like this before." "I've never eaten this many pancakes before," said a girl. "I didn't even like pancakes before," said another girl. And they all lined up for some more. Look, only $1. When the man returned with his new assistant, he was shocked to see a monkey making pancakes. "This is no place for a monkey," he yelled, and he began to chase George. George hadn't meant to cause any trouble. He only wanted to help. Now he only wanted to get away. Quickly, George found a place to hide, and the man and his assistant ran right past him, didn't see him hiding. But where did George go? When it was safe to come out, George jumped down. He was covered in syrup like a pancake, and he was sticking to everything. Look, sticking, all sticky. George was curious. Could these napkins help get him clean? Here he is, putting napkins, trying to wipe off the syrup. I don't think it's working. Look, even this bird's laughing at the monkey. No, the napkins only made it worse. What George needed was some water to wash with it. Well, here's the perfect thing he found. So George climbed up and over. This would do the trick for a sticky monkey. George sat on the bench and he splashed himself with water, but all of a sudden, splash! George was down in the water. What a surprise! George climbed up again, splashed back down. He'd never been in a dunk tank before, and he'd never had so much fun getting clean. Soon, everyone was having fun, and the line in the dunk tank grew even longer than before, the line for the pancakes. Later, the mayor came by. I've heard all about your delicious pancakes, he said. You've made our fundraiser a big success. I have a special favor to ask you. So look, they're throwing baseballs at the dunk tank, knocking them in the water. Here's the line that's wanting to dunk George, Curious George. The mayor's talking to him, but he's got an important favor he's going to ask him. And at the end of the day, George got to present the money from the fundraiser to the president of the hospital. Thanks to you, George, this has been our best year ever, she said. Will you come back and make pancakes again next year? George nodded, and everyone clapped and cheered. Hope you enjoyed the story. Curious George.